Welcome back. Let's go and see our last problem statement, problem number 8. So this problem says find out the total number of orders placed by each customer in year 2013. The order status should be complete. The order date format is in Unix timestamp, and then they have said that these input files are stored as Avro file at below HDFS location, and the output requirement is the output should be saved in a Hive table named as customer underscore order. The Hive table should have 3 columns: customer first name, customer last name, and the orders underscore count. And finally, the Hive table should be partitioned by customer underscore state. So basically this question will test a lot of things from you. Like first of all, it will test your knowledge about joining the data set, because we have 2 different files and we have to join these 2 files to get our final output. It also tests out how to work with the date format, and then finally it also tests out how to work with the Hive tables from Spark SQL itself. So let me show you the solution for this. So first of all, I'm going to read my customers data that is in the Avro format from this HDFS location. So that is my customers data frame. So after that, I'm going to read the orders data that is also in the Avro format from the HDFS location. The next step that I'm going to do is the same as in the last question that we did. I'm going to change the orders date format from Unix timestamp to YYY format. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm using the to_date operation, and then inside that I'm going to change my order date using this formula. Okay, so do remember, if you wanted to deal with the dates and everything, you just need to know how to change from Unix to date and from date to Unix. Okay, and if you don't know that, do remember to check my lecture in the data frame section where we covered how to deal with the dates. The next step that we wanted to do is to filter out the data. We wanted the orders that are placed in 2013 and whose status is complete. So that's what we are doing here. We are filtering the order date like 2013 and the order status is complete. The next step that we wanted to do is I just wanted to count the numbers of orders placed by each customer. So in our orders data, we do have something called as customer ID, and I can group the records based on my customer ID and then apply the count operation on top of that. So it will give me the orders placed by each customer in year 2013 whose status is complete. So after grouping the data, I wanted to rename the count column to orders underscore count because that is required in my final schema. Then I'm going to join this orders data frame with this customer data frame, because in my output requirement it is said that the Hive table should have 3 columns, that is customer first name, customer last name, and the orders count. So these 2 columns, the first 2 columns, will be derived from customers data. Also, the Hive table should be partitioned by customer state. So this customer underscore state is also the part of the customer's data file. So once I have joined my data set, finally I am going to select only those columns that are required in my final output. So here I am selecting customer first name, last name, orders count, and customer state. And then I am going to write in the Hive table using the partitioning. But remember one thing, to write in the Hive table using the partitioning, there are 2 properties that should be set to true, and by default they are set to true in the exam as well, but I will recommend you check those properties before running your Hive solution, because sometimes those properties, if not set properly, your solution may go wrong. So these are 2 properties that should be set. So you can just set in your Spark programs as well. So you can simply say spark.sql context.setconf hive.exe.dynamic partition true, and similarly you have to set the Hive executive dynamic partitioning mode non-strict. So remember these 2 settings and make sure whenever you have the question that is related to Hive and partitioning, these properties should be set. Okay, and then finally I just have to say dot partition by, and the name of the column in which I wanted to partition my data. So here it is customer underscore state. Then we have to say dot format, format is Hive, and then we have to say dot save as table and the table name in which we wanted to save our result. So this is my entire solution for question number 8. So let me run this solution on Spark Shell now. So my solution is now completed. Let's go to my Hive shell and see whether this table has been created there or not. So I'm going to my Hive shell. I'm going to say show tables. So I could see my customer underscore orders table here. So let me select some field from here just to verify if that table contains some record or not. So I'm going to say limit 5. So here I got the record customer first name, last name, count, and then finally I also am getting the customer state here. But let me describe this table so that we should know whether the partitioning has been properly applied or not. So I'll say describe formatted and then this table name. So let me just go through that. So these are the 3 columns, and then the partition column is customer underscore state. So our partitioning is applied. So if you wanted to see the file that is saved in the HDFS, you can go to this HDFS location and see the content of the file if you want. But in the exam, I would not recommend you to go through each and every step that I am doing here. Just do a minimal verification so that you just know whether the file format or compression etc. are applied, but don't go through each and every step. Okay, so here you could see a lot of folders have been created based on the state name. So under each state we should have the data that is related to that particular state. So that is all for this practice test, and we have covered all the 8 questions that is there. So in the next section I wanted you to practice that at your own pace and try not to look at the solution so that you get the real feeling of the exam. So I hope you like it. So stay tuned. Let me see you in the next lectures.